What the heck do you do when SBA loans are 11%? On this channel, we've talked about owner ox being 8%. We've talked about investor loans being 9. But dude, what happens if Cody Sanchez gets you excited about buying a boring business and you're getting quoted 11 or 11.5%? Bo, the concierge of small business loans, what the heck do you do?
So if there's a business acquisition with commercial real estate, or potentially you will need to refinance. So I had a guy reach out the other day, and he does a non-franchise independent care. He takes care of elderly people in their homes and people with disabilities. He's doing fantastic. And he's like, dude, my rate's at 11.25 right now. I'm prime plus 2.75 margin. And he's like, I'm crushing it, but I want to increase cash flow so I can bring on another employee. So what are my options?
Okay.
So simply, you can actually refinance SBA 7A loans, which is a game changer, right? So it doesn't have real estate. So the one bank that I work with, they have a special right now. They'll do, if there's commercial real estate involved with the business, they'll potentially do prime, they'll do a fixed rate at 8.99. So you go from 11 and a quarter down to 8.99.
Okay.
Could be a huge, if that's a $1 million or $2 or $3 million loan, that's a big difference, right?
Yeah, that's a big
But
difference.
I do have another lender that will do prime, prime plus one fixed for 5 years. So this could be just a biz acquisition. It could be a refinance. So if it fits that bucket right there, what I'd propose to that gentleman is, let's take you from 11 and a quarter to prime's at 8.5 plus one is 9.5, right? So we're dropping them pretty good on a $1 million loan.
Not bad.
So the only prerequisite on a refinance is that we reach out to the bank, and the bank that the existing loan is with basically says, we're not interested in refinancing and we're going to decline the request. And we get that in writing, and then it's eligible as long as we can show 10% savings on the debt payment. So pretty streamlined process.
Yeah. So I'm curious, why do you need the other bank to say no? Is it because they don't want to scoop in and be competitive, or why would you need that letter?
That's a good question. It's just an SBA guideline
Oh,
on
okay.
and I don't know what the real point is. I guess probably they don't want churning going on with
Right.
all this stuff. But look, if I was at 11 or 11 and a quarter and I could get 9% or 8.5% or 8.99,
All day.
I'd be looking for that refinance right now. And if it's a business acquisition or a business deal with no collateral, it's a 10-year term, no prepayment penalty, so you can refinance whenever. If there's CRE, there's going to be a 3-year prepayment penalty on the 7A loans. So knowing that, and sometimes even the last year you have a 1% penalty, it still could make sense to re-amortize the loan and go into a fixed rate. So we're dealing with a lot of that right now as well.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, I guess I take two things from this conversation. First and foremost, I shouldn't complain about 9% money when small businesses are getting 11.5 or 12. So I feel better about that. Thank you. But second, you're here because you're the concierge of small business loans. You take phone calls, you take opportunities, and you dig in to see if you can help. And obviously you can't help everybody. No one can. But there are lots of chances you can because you have those relationships and track record. So thank you for being here.
Yeah, no, it's always a pleasure. I mean, I just actually got a text from somebody. They didn't follow the rules and book the call, but they texted me and they're like, "Oh, I listen to you on One Rental all the time." And he said, "Do you do SBA loans in Arizona?" And I have set up. I said, "Please schedule a call on the calendar."
Yeah.
Yes.
Book a call, hit a button. Come on, let's go.
Yeah. Yeah. And so yes, we can help in any state per se for SBA financing. So any state you have a loan request, we can help facilitate that. Many of the banks, credit unions we work with have a national footprint, and sometimes we get deals. There's certain credit unions I bring the deals to, and they have just a local footprint, but they have really good terms. So we'll sometimes go, depending on the deal is, with the local credit union.
Yeah. Folks, Bo Exting is here because he is the concierge. He takes the time to understand the deal in you, try to figure out what you want to do. If you haven't scheduled a call, I don't know what you're doing. Bo, how do they do that?
Go to boexteen.biz, boexteen.biz. Yeah, so it's exciting. We've got one of your listeners, and he's going to a Discovery Day, and he's looking at buying a franchise. He's going to buy a big territory. What's exciting about this Mike, is that he's burnt out at his job. He does fairly well. He's in sales. He's on the road every day. He's like in his late 30s. He's like, I want to be home. I want to have my own business. I want to build legacy. And so like helping people like through financing, franchise, biz acquisitions is so freaking rewarding to help people go through that journey. Cause it's like, it's scary. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm quitting my job in this 150 grand a year, but the upside potential for you guys, right, is where it's
Yeah,
at. So between real estate and biz.
yeah, you'll always be a part of one rental at a time, because again, I don't care what you become elite at, whether it's single family homes, multifamily storage, or small businesses. The path, own your future, quality of life. It's just such a treat to talk to you each week, because I know you're helping people every week. So thank you.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
One more time, where do they go?
BoEckstein.biz. Click on one rental at a time, schedule a Zoom, and we meet face to face. I prefer to meet face to face. I think it goes better. But you guys, if you're on a phone, that's fine too. You can call into the Zoom and we'll do that as well. And then happy to help and discuss anything business financing related, even some commercial stuff if you got some requests, or just how to structure. If you want a game plan on, exiting your current business or keeping your job and building a business on the side. I talk to people all day long about this. So I'm happy to just give you my 2 cents, because I'm always looking for opportunities.
Yeah.
And we're, like I said, our last episode, we're, selling some out of state real estate, buying local, like one rental at a time preaches. And I'm a testament to that, exactly that. If you want to run efficiently, you need to be within a 2-hour radius. And I even say it's closer than that now, just because nobody's going to, ideally you're going to have a property manager, but if you can oversee them and go drive the properties, and when there's a problem, you're not getting overcharged on maintenance and stuff, because that's where you're going to get your booty handed to you. Yeah.
Yeah. Bo, thank you very much, man.